Hello my friends, and welcome back to another watercolor tutorial. Today we are doing a painting that is inspired by dri.cozy.art, and I'm going to be trying out these new brushes. Well, not all of them. I don't know which one yet, but they are by Lightwish, and I don't know if I recommend them yet because I haven't tried them. So I am going to do that in this tutorial. So they always come kind of with this coating on them to protect the bristles. So I'm just loosening that coating. Okay. They look super fancy, but we'll see how they work. Okay, so the bristles are already coming out. Like I'm just pulling them out right now. I'm being totally honest. I'm not being paid for this. I was just sent these and I'm happy to try them, but I am going to be brutally honest because I love the brushes that I use. Okay, so this is gonna be kind of like a pasture painting. So we're gonna start out with kind of a bluish color, a light bluish, maybe even some purple. You can throw in some purple if you want. And we're gonna do about the top third. I had a comment. Ah, see, the bristles are falling into my painting. Now, I don't want to like write brushes off too quickly. I do want to give it a fair shot. Maybe they're just coming off because it's a new brush, and once the first pieces come off, it'll kind of, no, see, it's, anyways. Now we're going into we're gonna do a pink layer. I kind of want there to be a white layer, which is, I understand, hard to replicate or paint that way, but I'm gonna try my best here. We're gonna pick like a pink, and we're gonna go in a swooping motion downwards because we're gonna add a bit of yellow to this as well. Oh man, I'm sorry Lightwish, but you are not gaining my approval right now. I'm just taking that original blue that I used up here and adding a bit of pigment. And then I'm gonna try and see how, like, because the bristles are super loose, like they don't really maintain, I don't know, maybe it's just that I'm used to different bristles, but I definitely don't like the fact that they fall out on my painting. That is a definite no for me. See, it's all, sorry, these bristles are all over my painting. I'm not complaining just to complain. I'm complaining because I want to give you an accurate review, I guess, because I will never recommend products that I wouldn't use myself or that I don't like. And typically I don't even mention that I'm using a particular brand. I just start using it, and if I like it, then I continue using it. But this brand was asking me a few times to put out a review, rightfully so. Obviously, if you send a product, you want the person to try them out. But that is why I said that I'm trying these brushes. Like my water that I use to dip my brush into has the hairs, like the bristles, all in it. So I am so far not a fan of that. But in terms of use, like what it feels like to use it, it's quite smooth. It's quite pleasant. I may have had just a bad batch, like where the bristles fall out, and it might just be this one paintbrush. I'm not sure. But see, there's another one. There's another brush. Or sorry, another bristle. And I'm gonna add some black to this green. So yeah, we blended yellow into light green and then a darker green, and I'm adding some black on the bottom there. I know this is gonna dry to be way lighter than what we're seeing here, so I do want to add quite a bit more darkness to it. I do like how the brush itself paints. It's very smooth. It the application of the paint on paper is very smooth. I'm a fan of that. I will give them that, but so I hope that it's just this one brush or just a bad batch or something, but every time I rinse my brush in my water, like a hair falls out. And then inevitably when I dip it in the water, it sticks and then transfers onto my paper. So that is not great, but the actual use so far I'm enjoying of the feel of it on paper. Okay, we have to let this completely dry before we can move on to the next step. Okay, so this is dry. Now I'm gonna try another paintbrush here because I mean they included what looks to be a liner brush. It doesn't have anything written on it. Like this one was a size 4. This one has nothing written on it, so I don't know if it's supposed to be something in particular. It looks like I have 2 like that. 2 have nothing written on them. I think they must be liner brushes. And then the other ones are round brushes with numbers. Like I have this massive one. I don't think, this is apparently a size 6, but maybe they have their own grading system because this is a size 14 by Grumbacher and this is a size 6. I don't know. I don't know enough about grading on paintbrushes to comment on that, but just pointing it out. Okay, so I got the coating off of this, what I think is a liner brush. And we're gonna be using it to paint the pine trees, like the evergreens that are growing on this landscape. I am going to disclaim, because I'm sure inevitably have a comment about this. My baby is safe in the background. I'm sure you can hear the crying. My husband is with her. She just is very colicky, and this is just what our lives are like for most of the time, and there's nothing I can do about it, as much as I would love to take the discomfort away from my child and have silence for you, but mostly myself. It would be nice to have an evening with my husband where we can just talk to each other. But this is our reality, and so I just want to disclaim that she is safe, everything's good, and it's just because I've had comments in the past of people saying, I don't want to hear your family in the background or stuff like that. And to that I say, the nerve. I do, I put my free time into this, and especially now as a freshly postpartum mom of a newborn and a toddler, my free time is very, very limited. And when I use it to create free painting tutorials, I'm going to do everything in my power to make the experience for everyone, like viewer-wise, enjoyable, but I'm not going to move my entire family out of the house just so I can paint free paintings. I know I'm being a little bit salty right now, but the entitlement from some people. There are plenty of wonderful, wonderful watercolor artists on YouTube and beyond that do not have a crying baby in the background, or in that particular video that person made the comment on, it was my toddler, my 2-year-old was laughing with my husband in the background. They were happy noises. They were having a good time. And that was the comment that I got. That was really, it was unfortunate. So anyways, I am just painting these little evergreens. So in terms of this brush, yeah, it's an okay liner brush. I do prefer my own, the other one that I use by, I don't even remember because I have like several brands here, but I do prefer my other one. This one does offer like this interesting technique that I haven't yet painted. Like the tree looks a little bit different than my usual pine trees. Yeah, I'm gonna just quickly grab this brush because I forgot that I want to blend the bottoms out and almost fade them with the, fade them downwards. So yeah, there's nothing necessarily wrong with this paintbrush. It's just looser than I'm used to for a liner brush. So for some people it might be like just the thing they want, but for me it's a bit too loose. I do like how precise I can be with it. Like the end of it is really pointy, but I do prefer a more stiff liner brush. I'm sure there's an application for which this would actually be superior to the one I use. For sure there is. I just don't know what it is. Okay, so this is looking a little bit plain to me, my friends. This is, I don't want to just settle for this. I already know what I did wrong. I forgot to do like layers of green with grassy strands. It's kind of hard to explain, but that's what I forgot to do. So I'm gonna try and do that now. Oh, that is too, no, this brush, hold on. Before I write that brush off, let me just grab the one that I usually use for this kind of stuff and see if it's just maybe the paper or the way the previous layer dried. No, do you see the difference in how thin I can get this one versus the other one? This one I could do hairline thin brush strokes, whereas the one I'm reviewing is a lot thicker. Like if we're comparing the two here. Is this even on the screen? Oops, sorry. By the way, the reason why it's been so hard for me to like paint, and my paintings are always shifted super to the right in the last few, is because I've been asked many times to move all my stuff to the other side, like my palette to the right side, so that I'm not constantly going over my painting, which is a fair request. I understand how that could be annoying. But as a result, I had to move my tripod to the left, and it is messing so many things up that I've been used to for years. So I'm trying to get used to this new setup, but it just doesn't serve me very well with the way that everything is set up here. I don't have like this whole professional camera setup, so it does complicate things when I move things around. I had someone in, like, I'm filming this in the beginning of the year, so by the time you see it, it would have been months ago that this person made this comment. No, sorry, I'm gonna probably release this shortly after I paint it rather than in April, because I'm reviewing the paintbrushes and the company requested that I do it as soon as I can, so I think I'll just switch a video. So this is basically, oh, that means, never mind. I'm having a conversation with myself. So yes, I am just adding some grassy strands here in the foreground because it was looking very empty to me, and now that I look at this, these grassy strands don't really make too much sense. I probably should have just done another layer of evergreens, so I think I'll do that. Let me just give this paintbrush another whirl since I'm going to be painting slightly larger evergreens this time. So this is that same liner brush. I'm going to try and paint over this grass. So I am also going to disclaim here, it might be that these brushes are exactly what you need, because I am used to stiffer brushes than what these are. These are extremely loose, the bristles. And maybe if I use these like over the course of a few weeks or months, I would get used to them and be able to paint the same way I do with the others. I don't know. I really don't know. So I'm just going off of this one painting. So I don't want to like discredit these paintbrushes. This is just my experience. So this pine tree was painted with the one I'm reviewing. And then this one is painted using the brush I usually use. So, sorry. I'm sorry, Light Wish, but this brush is meant for me. So I feel like I'm doing exactly the same technique. It's just the brushes behave differently because they are different. They're made by different companies. Maybe they're different bristles. I don't know. But I personally feel like I have more control and can go way faster with the brush I always use. But I mean, you can make the comparison. You see both trees side by side. You saw how I painted them. You know, it's for you to kind of make that call. So, yeah, I'm just realizing I'm kind of having an internal dialogue here. Because I'm realizing if I release this video shortly after I film it, in reality, I'm painting videos now for April, May. Like that's when these ones should be uploaded that I'm painting right now. But it's the beginning of January or like mid-January. So if I release this now, then a lot of the things that I talk about in the videos that are being released in January it's just gonna be jumbled. If you are somebody that watches all of my videos and is a loyal subscriber, you might be a little bit confused with the order of things. So perhaps I will release this in April just to not confuse people. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about these pine trees. This is not very... This has nothing to, like what I'm saying now has nothing to do with the brushes. I'm just thinking, why doesn't this painting is missing something, and I'm trying to figure out what exactly we need to add to make this a little bit more beautiful. I think I might just leave it at that. Unless we paint, I think I might add birds in the sky. Simply because this is very... It's very, the sky is very bare without anything in it. So, a few birds. There we go. Not my best painting. Not my worst. We will just call it what it is. Anyways, my friends, I hope you enjoyed this painting. Thank you very much for sticking around. Please don't forget to check out my Patreon. Don't forget to comment down below, hit like on this video, and I will be sure to see you in the next tutorial.